Yeah, I mean, these situations do come up. I've actually had a similar question in the past before. I think it just depends on, the frequency, the expectation, the delivery. Young children, as you said that are, they're in a stage of life, especially under before 7, where they are really in an imaginative world of play. And if we're pulling them out constantly and, forcing them in a way to be more ritualistic and do things on our timeline and when we're doing them, and they don't have enough time to really explore and play and have all of those interactions, and if there's an imbalance, I would say, then that can definitely cause a resentment, right? Going to the masjid or listening to Quran, or being in these what should be very beautiful experiences become now seen as a threat. And I feel like sometimes that could be the issue, that the child might not be getting enough of the parent's attention
Mm,
in their world. And so I always remind parents that if we want children to come to our world, right, which is to come to the masjid, come to these events, come to this talk, come to this and attend these very adult gatherings where children are obviously not always the target audience, right? And we want them to not resent us, then we also have to be willing to enter their world. And so I think if you see more of an increase, if you, as the parent in this situation, start to show more interest in the child's interests and enter their play world, imagination world, play with them, sit on the ground, play with their blocks, listen to their fantastic stories that may take a lot of time, the child will feel seen by you. They will feel loved by you. They will feel heard by you. And then when you want them to do the same, you won't see the same resistance. But if it's one-sided, where it's like, we all have to go and you have to go, and then there's very little, meeting them on, in the middle, or at least, uh, entering their world, I feel like it will, in some cases, create that resentment. So we want to avoid that. And that's why, the nadara that I referenced earlier is often kind of described as just a watchfulness, where it's like you're very engaged and you're very aware, right, of your child. But that also means that you are respectful of their differences, of their moods, and sometimes taking care of their basic needs. Make sure they're hungry before you take them to the masjid. Make sure they're rested. They're still nufus. And if you're totally not aware and watchful over their base human needs, but then you want them to stand for Tarawih when they're 6 and 7 years old, and you expect them to be, perfect model Muslims. You're asking of them what Allah doesn't expect from them.
mm.
So we want to be very careful not to push them to those types of extremes.